Hello again. Tuesday. I'm just confused. Aren't you confused about the days in the week? Does it matter if it's Wednesday or Tuesday? To me, it really doesn't. I'm just trying to get through the week and get through the days. And it really helps me to have this set time in the day to draw with you all. With y'all. I always wanted to say that. Just doesn't make sense to say it as a Dutch person. Met jullie allemaal. That's how you would say it in Dutch. That's quite longer than with y'all. Interesting. Anyway, these are the things that go through my mind. And that's also what happens when I draw. I get these ideas, or my thoughts are completely cleared and my mind is completely empty. And that is the ultimate drawing process, when it becomes a true meditation. And to me, drawing really is like a meditation. I have tried doing, these guided meditations, following, really great voices on the Breathe app and what's the other one? The orange circle one. Anyway, I've tried all the apps. It just doesn't work as well as drawing does for me. Mind you, not every drawing is like a meditation, but lots of them are. And sometimes I really am very conscious of the fact that I want to do this as a meditation. And the best way for me to do it is after I get up, before I get into the shower. And maybe I'll get a cup of coffee, maybe I'll wait with it. Or at least I get something like water or tea. And I don't look at my phone yet. I don't look at any messages, or absolutely not the news. I don't listen to anything like radio or podcasts, maybe some music. And then I just start drawing until I'm kind of done. And to me, that is the very best drawing meditation. Yes, Headspace, that's the one I meant. Thank you for reminding me of that app. For some people, it's perfect, and I think especially in these times to calm your mind, these apps like Breathe and Headspace and other guided meditation apps are fantastic. To me, I just need my sketchbook and a pen, and it completely eases my mind. It takes my mind off of things. And actually, those 15 minutes a day here on Instagram with you guys, they are kind of the same, only I talk through the whole process. So hopefully that is like a guided meditation to you at least. Good. So today I want to get back to those shoes again, drawing those shoes. And if you don't want to draw shoes, that is fine. Just pick some other subject that it seems interesting to you. I mean, the shoes were just the thing that I kicked off yesterday. I was like, actually I can draw those. That's how it often goes, you shouldn't really think about what you want to draw. As soon as you feel the urge to draw, do it. Doesn't matter if it's your shoes or your hand, or the trash can, or dirty socks lying on the floor. It doesn't matter, because everything is interesting as soon as you start drawing it. That's my mantra, and I truly believe in it. I know it is true. So I have my shoes here again. I'll show them again. Those white-ish sneakers. I put them in front of me again, kind of in the same way. Because I want to zoom in today a little bit more. That can be really interesting to draw something several times, but if you take a different angle, or if you really zoom into detail, then suddenly it becomes a completely different kind of subject. Okay, enough talking, let's draw. Let me adjust everything here so we can get going. See if this works. All right, that looks good. almost ready to roll. I know I sound like a broken record if you're here every day, but I keep on saying it. Follow us on Instagram. We are at Sketchbook School, and I would love to see what you make. So use the hashtag SBS Drawing Party. All right, that's all I have to say for now. I'll put this a little bit the top. And so yesterday we made this drawing of our shoes. I saw fantastic shoes. Thank you all for sharing. I am so inspired, and I'm surprised how many people wear Birkenstocks. Oh no, not Birkenstocks, the other ones, Crocs. That's something completely different. But I can totally understand why you would wear comfy shoes. I'm not wearing shoes at all. So there's something. Okay, I'm just going to sort of ignore this fold here. I'm going to use this space to draw my next drawing. And today I want to zoom into just part of the shoe. I have been thinking about this, but I haven't thought it well through. So maybe actually I will make the rest up right now. I think what is good to do is to draw a little frame so that I can use that frame to draw my detail in. And I'm just going to go, these lines, they bother me a little bit. So maybe I can do this. This will be my frame today. That's a nice area to draw in. I'm using a Uniball. You can't quite see because there's a sticker over it, but it's a Uniball rollerball pen. It's always hard to say that. And I love using it because it flows, the ink flows really nicely. And it feels a little bit, well, it feels very, it is very juicy, the ink, and also the ink is waterproof. So if you want to use watercolors with it, then it's no problem. Good, let's just start drawing because I'm much better at that than talking. I think I'll just start in the middle with that. I'm not a fan of brands, but it just really stands out to me now, this swoosh. And maybe you are not drawing your sneakers, but you're drawing something completely different. That's fine too. But try to find something in your subject that you would like to zoom into. So, for example, trying to come up with a smart example now, of course. If you are drawing the pasta in your pantry, the bag of pasta, you could draw the whole bag, or you could zoom in to, well, maybe the label, draw that. That might not be so interesting to draw, but you could also zoom into just a few pieces of pasta. You could take some pasta out. Well, whatever. I wouldn't recommend doing that with rice because that is just too small and they all look alike. Pasta too, actually. I don't know if that's a good example. Anyway, if you're drawing your hand, you could, focus on one finger, go really close. And of course, what will happen, and I can already see this happen in my drawing, you will lose sight of your proportions. And that's fine. It's not about making a perfect drawing. This is about focusing on seeing, looking, and translating that onto the page. So, okay, this makes no sense at all. See how I can wiggle myself out of this one. And you can't see my subject, so you don't really understand my struggle here. But anyway, I hope you're not just watching. I hope you are drawing yourself. And maybe you have a similar struggle. Like, what goes where and why? Doesn't make sense at all. And that's all fine. I kind of like these kind of creative struggles because, of course, it's not a real struggle. It's just you're trying to solve this creative problem that you have just created for yourself. So what I'm looking at is I'm trying to find, what's that called? I'm trying to find measuring points. So I see that curve of the swoosh is around the same kind of height of the end of this piece of fabric, or maybe it's suede or fake suede, whatever. And from there on, I can move towards the next. So what I did was really zoom into this. Then by accident, I kind of made this really very small. And then I compensated by making this lace really big. So I can't save this at all, but it doesn't matter. I'm just really curious how this is all going to turn out. And even if it doesn't turn out and doesn't look like anything, I'm just happy that I have been drawing for just a little while. There's always the next page in case I'm not happy with it. And that really is my kind of my motto. Like, it really isn't about the result. This doesn't make sense at all. It's not about the result. It really is about enjoying that time that you're taking to draw. So I'm making this up because otherwise I don't know how to solve it. And that's the great thing, you know? You can make things up. It's not a photograph. It doesn't have to be right. It doesn't have to be exactly what you are seeing. Just see what you can get in there. And enjoy the fun. Laugh about your mistakes too, because it's not important. The drawing process, that's what's important. Doing a drawing, taking the time, but don't worry about the result. It just really isn't what this is about. Just like with meditation, you know, you can sit and, you know, focus on your breath. And if you keep asking yourself, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? It's not going to be effective. So instead of that, you just go back to your breathing again and focus on it. And then if your thoughts are going in any other direction, you just focus back on your breathing, and you don't beat yourself up about it. Like, again, I did not focus on my breathing. I forgot because I had so many thoughts. No, you're just like, in and out and in and out. So I think that is something very similar to drawing and the drawing process and the what you get out of it. Okay, so I started with that swoosh on the left shoe, and then I moved on to the details on the right shoe. I do want to come back here to add a little bit of hatching, because now it all seems like I can't make any sense out of it, and I think that I can sort of describe a little bit more about the shoe by adding some more shadows like here, but I do want to finish this part in my frame. So I'll move on to that. And again, I'm looking for milestones or measuring points to kind of make sense of the proportions. And that way I'm not feeling overwhelmed by the shapes. I'm just drawing one shape and then one that's next to it and the one next to it. And that makes all the difference. Who else is having allergies? I have a running nose all the time, and I've had allergies for many years now, so I know it's nothing else than allergies. It's not like a cold or anything alarming, but it is kind of annoying. And then when I sneeze, I feel guilty about it, even though I'm at home. That's weird. That's just so weird. Anyway, I'm sure there's other people having allergies now that spring is not just around the corner, it's here, really. I mean, today I went for a morning walk and I wore like just a very light jacket. It was fantastic temperature. This is the kind of weather where every Dutch person would go out and sit outside and enjoy the first rays of sun and the first warm feeling of being outside without a very large down coat on. But now we're all stuck at home. And I'm sure that's in many places in the world, it's the same. Okay, I am taking my time here, man. Okay, so just going to add a little bit of shading. Some shading over here. This is a really dark part, so I might just not just hatch, but also cross hatch. And with cross hatching, you can get a really more density. The more angles and the more lines you add, you get more density. Also, if you haven't watched it yet, you can also take a look at today's Draw Tip Tuesday. It's about using brush markers, which I like using, and in the video I explain why I like them. And you can go to YouTube for that. Go to YouTube's Sketchbook School or Sketchbook School's YouTube channel, and you will find it there. There's a whole playlist with Draw Tip Tuesday videos, worth years of videos, which is amazing, even if I say so myself. But yeah, and you will also find Danny's drawing parties there. He does live drawing parties every day at noon Eastern time, and those are really fun too. So don't miss out on those. And I already talked about it yesterday. The workshop that is coming up, Koosje's Killer Sketchbook Filler. It's all about filling your sketchbook, and if you take that workshop, you will never run out of ideas anymore, ever. You create your own guide of ideas, and we will do drawings together, and we'll do loads of fun exercises, and it will be pretty fast-paced, but really fun. And if you can't keep up, then there's always the recording you can get back to, which also counts for this live drawing party. You can always watch the recording. I Well, if I do sessions like these that are over 15 minutes, then I have to edit them down to 15 minutes, and then I post them on Instagram TV, so you can watch them there. But you can also, I also post the full videos on YouTube, so that once the 24 hours of the live Instagram just decides that after 24 hours, nobody wants to see what you made anymore. They just throw it out. But on YouTube, it lives forever. So, and if you want to join my killer sketchbook filler workshop, then go to sketchbookschool.com, and you will see a tab that's the tab workshops. That's where you can find everything about it, and it's easy to enroll. Just click enroll, and then we can draw some more together. End of April. Good, I'm done with this. Yes. So this was my zoomed in version of my white sneakers. And of course I could go on forever, but as said, I wanted this to be about 15 minutes. So let's call that a wrap. Is that what you say? I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so did you draw your shoes, your Crocs, your Birkenstocks, your feet? Maybe something completely different that you wanted to zoom into. Share what you made. Hashtag SBS Drawing Party. And if you think you have friends who don't know about this yet and who you would like to join us, then share at Sketchbook School with them. And you can, if you want to, you can also tag me at Koshikuna. You figure out how to actually spell that. And then I can, especially if you do it in the stories, then I can just reshare, and I have a lot of fun with that, because actually the thing is with stories, I really like the GIFs or the GIFs, whatever it's called. So I try to do matching GIFs with every story. Anyway, that's just a side note. If you haven't been drawing your shoes and just been looking at me drawing my shoes, do it now. Sit down, make a drawing, take 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe, and have your very own drawing meditation party. Good, I will see you tomorrow again. Looking forward to see what you made, and have a fantastic day. Bye.